Recording in progress.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. All right, let's get this started. All right, let's get this started. Oh, man. Let's see. Whew. Let's see. All right. Today I'm dealing with, do you fear lions? Do you fear lions? Abiyah, I thank you for the Shabbat. I thank you for this opportunity to fellowship with your people and to share a word. May you be magnified and gloried in this. May everything be edification, and those things that are not be challenged, and that they be able to be brought forth and dealt with and studied, and so we can grow together. So I can grow in you, and those in the audience can grow in you. Shalom. Yada Yahuwah. All right. So I want to deal with, do you fear lions, and point to a numerous amount of texts that speak on lions. And as you see behind me, I have a lion head that I designed, um, edited, I guess, that and designed, and made it to say Yahudah. So Yahuwah, when you add the Dalet in there or the door in there, you come up with Yahudah. That door is the Mashiach. There have been many Mashiachs, but there is a main Mashiach. But again, let's get to this. I want to just run down some things and deal with some things real quick. All righty. Sharing my screen and getting it moving. I don't know if this is gonna be brief or long, but let y'all lead. So I'm gonna start off right here in Proverbs, or Michelle, Proverbs 19 and 12. And it says, the sovereign's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his delight is like dew on the grass. My sovereign is Yahuwah. Of course, many times in the English translations like KJV, they would say the king's wrath. Sovereign, you have sovereigns, can be the ruler, the top ruler. It can be his son, could be his wife. The royal priesthood are sovereigns, but the lead sovereign, the head, the sovereign over all sovereigns, is Yahuwah. Let's keep going. Dealing with here, Psalms, Tehillim 104, and the verses, it was called 19 is where I'm starting. It says, he, who's he? Yahuwah, made the moon for appointed times. The sun knows it's going down. You put darkness, and it is night. Darkness is night. In it, all the beasts of the forest creep. So the animals move around at night. Daytime, men do their thing. The young lions are roaring for prey and seeking their food from El. The sun arises, they withdraw and lie down in their dens. So, just giving, a description of how lions move. They do most of their dealings, like, but they do some in the daytime or whatever, of course. But, you know, animals, most beasts do a lot of their creeping at night. Let's keep going. Amos 3, going 1 through 8. Hear this word that Yahuwah has spoken against you. Against who? Israel. O children of Israel, against the entire clan. This would be all 12 tribes, 13 tribes if you want to break it down, since Levi was set to the side. And then, of course, this tribe of Joseph was broken into two. But it's dealing with the entire clan, which I brought up from the land of Mizraim, saying, you alone have I known of all the clans of the earth. Therefore, I punish you for all your crookedness. Exodus 19, 5 and 6 shows that Israel is who he set to be the royal priests, the ones that would be sovereigns along with him and rule with him over all other nations. They would work for Yah and serve the people. Would not be a harsh rule far as, like we deal with modernly. We dealing with this dumpster fire dude right now. But again, many don't realize that some of the stuff that he's doing is Yah ordained. Just like with Pharaoh, just like with Herod, just like all these other wicked rulers. You had Babylon and all that, but I'm going to get into that. I'm going to keep moving. Let me keep reading. You alone have I known of all the clans of earth. Therefore, I punish you for all your crookedness. Would two walk together without having met? And many in the other language, other translations said, would two walk together unless they agree? Many people use this in their personal relationships and try to use this. But if you notice, this is Yahuwah talking, and it's talking about Israel. The two that need to be walking together is Yah and Israel. Husband and wives, many a times, don't agree, and yet they're able to walk together. But let me keep going, because the focus is on Israel and the relationship with Yah. Does a lion roar in the forest when he has no prey? Does a young lion give forth his voice out of his den unless he has caught? He ain't trying to give no forewarning and scare things away, because he the biggest thing out there. So he gonna be silent. Does a bird fall into a snare on the earth where there's no trap for it? Does a snare spring up from the earth if it has not captured prey? Dealing with it. If a shofar is blown in a city, do not the people tremble? Because the shofar is about a warning. Like again, if that lion roars, it's giving a warning. It's going to scare away the prey. So the shofar is giving a warning that a threat is going to cause people to tremble or worry or get in protection mode. If there is calamity in the city, shall not Yahuwah have done it? That's key. Right now, if it's calamity in earth, on any city, you're telling me that Yah don't know about it? That he has not, I guess, given a seal of approval for it to happen, allowed it? Minnesota, Florida, Michigan. Even if we say that this snow is manufactured, has not Yah allowed it to happen? For the master, Yahuwah, does no matter unless he reveals his secret to his servants, the prophets. Many won't accept me, but I see myself walking in this mantle. I warn people all the time, and they don't hear me. They don't heed me because I'm of no respect to many. They don't respect my person. That's cool. you know, and I get it. They say, well, you prophet lie. And hey, we all are being used at a time. It's been, many don't remember the people who believe in the Brit Hadashah, which I do. Kepha basically was told at one minute to get behind me, Satan, and the next minute, only the Ruach has revealed this. Hmm. Did he prophet lie when he was told, get behind me? Anyway. A lion has roared, who is not afraid. The Master Yahuwah has spoken, who would not prophesy. Right now, we are going through some tribulation times, and it ain't even got to this toughest point. And y'all say y'all believe in this book, but this book tells you over and over, Israel gonna be persecuted. The saints are gonna go through some tribulation. So when tribulation is starting, oh man, oh Trump this, Trump that, Trump. Man, this dude is being who he has always been. Why are y'all so surprised? Why so triggered when he's doing what he's been doing? You say he racist. Man, he's been showing stuff like that forever. This is picture out there now, people tripping and acting as if this ain't stuff he been doing with the birther thing, all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't even know why I'm even talking about it because I ain't triggered by it because I don't expect a clown to be anything but a clown. and I don't mean to defame that dude because that ain't my place. But I don't respect any of these politicians. I don't see why y'all get tricked into, I'm with this. The bird has two wings, the left and the right. And if you don't realize that they're on the same bird, something's wrong with you. You trigger when it's all part of the whole plan. Both sides are colluding against you, and you think, "Oh, I'm with the right side." Yeah, you with the right and the left, but it's still the same bird. Anyway, let me get back to what I'm doing. Let me get back. All right. I want to go over here and tell you about Yahuda. So, this is what Yaqub said to his son, Yahuda. Yaqub, who's renamed to Israel. It says, You, Yahuda, your brothers praise you. Your hand is on the neck of your enemies. Your father's children bow down before you. Yahuda is a lion's cub. From the prey you have gone up, my son. He bowed down. He crouched like a lion, and like a lion, who does rouse him? The scepter shall not turn aside from Yahuda, nor an inscriber from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him is the obedience of peoples. Binding his donkey to the vine, and his donkey's coat to the choice vine, he washed his garments in wine, and his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth whiter than milk. That's a prophecy. I didn't say it. It's in the book. Let's keep going. We're getting over here. That was Bereshit or Genesis 49. So, 49, so I didn't really tell you what it was, but I'm gonna tell you now what this is. This is Hosea. Hosea 5, and I'm gonna go 10 through 15, and it says, The chiefs of Yahuda shall be like those who remove a border. On them I pour out my wrath like water. So Yah's displeased with Yahuda. The same Yahuda that the scepter is supposed to be lying with. Ephraim is oppressed, crushed in judgment because he walked after the command when it pleased him. Ephraim and Yahuda are brothers. Two different tribes, but brothers. They're connected, they're family. So I am to Ephraim like a moth, and to the house of Yahuda like rottenness. When Ephraim saw his sickness and Yahuda saw his wound, then Ephraim went to Asher and sent to sovereign Yareb, but he was unable to heal you or to remove the wound for you. For I am like a lion to Ephraim. Who was I? Yahuda. And like a young lion to the house of Yahuda. I myself tear them and go. I take them away, and there is no one to deliver, no one to save. Who did this to Yahuda? Who did this to Ephraim? Yah did. And didn't send him a savior immediately. I shall go. I shall return to my place until they confess their guilt and seek my face. With what? We over here in the United States of America. You have those in the Caribbeans. You have those all over. But Yah has said, I shall go. I shall return to my place until they confess their guilt and seek my face. Are you confessing your guilt, turning back, or teshuva, turning back to Torah and seeking his face? Y'all keep complaining about what Dump is doing and all this other stuff. You're distressed by it. Okay. Are you diligently searching Yah? Okay. It tells you right here, confess their guilt, seek my face in their distress, diligently search for me and say. I'm not going to go to the next. I'm going to let it ride right there. I'm going to let it ride right there. Because this is a continuation. You know, these chapter breaks this is what man has done, broken up this word that flowed together. Again, I'm focusing on lions. You know, this lion we should fear. When Yah is coming like a lion, we should fear. We should. But why? We're fearing him because we are operating in our guilt and failing to confess it and seek his face. When we confess our guilt and seek his face, we have nothing to fear. But let me keep going. Hosea 11, 7 through 10. My people, whose people, Yah's people, are bent towards backsliding from me. They operating in their guilt. Though they call to the one above, he's seeking him out. None of them exalt him. Ain't it? Come on. We don't want him to be sovereign over our lives. We want to be able to do us. Hey, you only live once. YOLO. Nah, I'm trying to live twice. How could I give you up, Ephraim? How could I hand you over, Yisrael? How could I make you like Admah? How could I set you like Zeboyim? My heart turns within me. All my compassion is kindled. Yah's wanting to have compassion on you. But again, you ain't acknowledging your guilt and seeking his face. I shall not let the heat of my wrath burn. I shall not turn to destroy Ephraim, for I am not man. The set apart one is in your midst, and I shall not come in enmity. Let them follow Yahuwah. Like a lion, he roars. Yahuwah is roaring. He's giving us warning. Remember, earlier he was silent when he was looking for prey. He ain't trying to prey on us. He's giving us warning. We seeing all of this stuff going on in this world because it's a warning. You want to get really away from those things and not have those things, I guess. Not, I'm not. You ain't gonna really get away from all of the tribulation, but to have the buffer and to be delivered, you need to seek Yahuwah's face. He allowing all this because we as a nation have not come together. So it's going to even be some of us that are walking right, going to deal with some stuff. Because we as a people, he's looked at as a collective. If you look at it as Exodus 4:22, he calls Israel, all Israel, one son. Not multiple sons. He called the whole nation one son. So if my arm, right now my hand has been hurting, my wrist, my right hand. I don't feel nothing else going on in the rest of my body, just this. But it's affecting my whole body because I use this to grab in my food and everything else. But I'm trying to get my whole body in a line and resisting the thought of this. Let me stop. I'm resisting the thought of, this ache that I'm having right here. I'm aging. So the stuff's going to happen. But no, I'm not accepting that. I'm healed. Not accepting that. I'm seeking his face. I'm trusting him. I'm walking away from my guilt. Let me keep going. Because it ain't all about me. I'm reading this for somebody else's ear. Let them follow Yahuwah like a lion he roars. When he roars, then sun shall tremble from the west. Where are we at? In this world system, aren't we in the west? Let me keep going. Y'all ain't hearing me. Hopefully y'all hear me. Now I shouldn't say y'all ain't hearing me. Okay. Ezekiel 19. That's where I'm at now. And take up a lamentation for the leaders of Israel. I see myself as a leader in Israel. All you other assembly leaders, anybody else, take up a lamentation for the leaders of Israel. And you shall say, what a lioness was your mother among the lions, our ancestors. Woo! She lay down among the lions. In the midst of the young lions, she reared her cubs. And she brought up one of her cubs, and he became a young lion. And he learned to tear the prey, he devoured men. The nations heard of him. Nations heard of Israel. I don't know if y'all know the story of Hezekiah, how he opened up his kingdom and allowed those of Babylon to look at all that he had. He was caught in their pit, and they brought him with chains to the land of Mizraim. See, there you go, Mizraim. But yeah, Babylon did that too. Israel always going into circular situations. We've always rinse and repeat our wrongs, our sins. That's why we need to turn to Yahuwah and come up out of that stuff. When she saw, as she waited, that her expectancy was lost, she took another of her cubs and made him a young lion. And he went among the lions and became a young lion. And he learned to tear the prey. He devoured men, and he knew their widows and laid waste their cities. And the land and all who filled it were stunned by the noise of his roaring. Then nations set against him from the provinces of every side and spread their net over him. He was caught in their pit, and they put him in a cage in chains and brought him to the sovereign of Babel. Remember, I just told you about how Hezekiah opened up all his coffers, showed everything. Hezekiah lived a good life, after his sickness and him healing, Nothing. He lived the rest of his life, but it was prophecy that Israel was going to go into change, and they brought him in nets, so his roar was no longer heard on the mountains of Israel. It got moved out of their place. I can go further in that because I talked about Cyrus or Koresh just recently and how Yah used him as a Mashiach and brought him back to the land. See, we keep seeing the circular. His Mashiach, or he brings forth a lion. Lion of Yahuda is what we're looking for, but at that time, that was a lion in Persia, a Mashiach out of Persia. But let's keep going. Telahim, or Psalms 34:10. It says, Kaf, young lions have lacked and been hungry. But those who seek Yahuwah lack not any good matter. When we're not walking in his will, when we operating in our guilt and not seeking his face, yes, we're going to have hunger. It could be hunger for food, hunger for money, hunger for justice. Yeah, many of us want to see justice in the land. We want to see recompense. We want to see this. We don't like what we're seeing in Minnesota. We don't like what we're seeing in all these different places in the United States, what we're seeing all over the earth. We don't like it. But the change comes when we turn our face to Yahuwah. Keep going. Michelle, Proverbs 28. The wrong shall flee, though no one pursues. Oh, when you hear that lion roar, fear come about when you're doing wrong. When Yah comes back, those that have been walking righteously, they're gonna probably be like, but they ain't gonna run. They're gonna seek his face in that time, and he gonna restore and redeem. Because the righteous are as bold as lions. People get mad at me because they say, you so bold, Shanquilla. I ain't gonna even say I'm righteous because it ain't me. My righteousness is filthy rags, but Yahuwah in me has me righteous. I still make mistakes, but again, people don't get it. When you teshuva, when you turn back to Torah, that is shamaring the law. They keep using this term, keep. Oh, that mean to them, that means you gotta do it. You gotta do it perfect. No. When you make a mistake and you teshuva and turn back to the law, that's actually shamaring the law because you guarding it. Once you see a fence, you came to the fence. And now you respect that fence and see its purpose, and you use it for that to guard. Yeah. Oh, you jumped the fence for a minute, but now you came back over. And now you say, oh, it's up. It's my protection. Most of you look at it as binding you or keeping you away from something. That's good. But no, it's protecting you from what's bad or what's evil. Defense is not to harm you, it's to help you. Oh man, you coming to a cliff and this border is here. Man, I want to jump over it. Man, if you jump, you're gonna jump to your death. That thing is guarding you. This keep thing is I keep trying to tell people we can shamar all the laws, and I ain't counting them. I ain't putting no number to them like these other folks have. But we can shamar. We can guard all the law. Can you do all of them? All of them don't apply to you, but that don't mean you can't guard it. All right, keep going. Keep going. All right. We over here at Proverb. Michelle 30:30 said, "A lion, which is mighty among beasts, does not turn away from facing all." Man, all this stuff that President Dump is doing, man, face this stuff. Realize that as long as you in your body, you're gonna deal with some stuff. But you can't keep letting everything trigger you. You gotta trust that Yah is for you and not against you. And if he be for you, it doesn't matter if the world is against you. All of this stuff, some of this stuff has nothing to do with Israel, far as it has everything to do with Israel, but I'm saying far as us playing a role in physically getting involved in it. This politics stuff ain't got. I ain't telling nobody not to vote. You do what you want to with that. But y'all be sitting up there thinking like these politicians really. You got a bird. You're dealing with a bird, and its wings, right, left wings. It's still the same bird. You're not getting it. Oh, I chose this. I'm like, come on. I see people worshiping Obama as if that man didn't present abomination to us. Oh yeah, he lit up the White House with you know the lettered people's symbols. Try not to say the terms or whatever because it don't, y'all know who I mean. Come on. This man went in there, said he wasn't gonna touch marriage. That marriage was sacred, all this stuff, and then what? That's the first thing he did. Abomination. Making people mad because, oh, he brown, he look like us. Scamala. I've been talking about Dump this whole thing. Ain't not one of these presidents favoring us. Come on. It's the Babylonian system. It's the Roman system. And you looking for somebody in Rome to be your Mashiach. Y'all so Hellenized. Y'all so trustworthy of this system. Y'all keep saying, white supremacy. It doesn't matter if it has a brown face. It's still the same system. We do not battle against flesh and blood. So skin color, that ain't where we battle. But the principalities and rulers of this earth. And if you don't think the wickedness that America is doing is happening because, oh, the Democrats wouldn't do that. Huh? Them same folks was trying to have other genders or, they can't, they telling you, there's more than two genders. Having male and female share the bathroom because, oh, males can have periods. So they could put come on. Seriously. But let's get back to the lion talk because I can go on this. I don't trust neither side. Dump and all of his allegations and him being in this Epstein files and stuff like that, and all of them being, that dude has already showed you that he was perverse a long time ago. Them children that's, man, yeah, let me stop playing. I'm gonna go over here to the Brit Hada Shah, and I'm gonna show you something. Yahuwah, of course, has described himself as a lion, and then he described Yahudah with his door as a lion. But man, come on, this dude, this adversary of Yah, this adversary of ours, Hasatan, loves to mimic or try to steal the shine off our Yah. And so, man, First Peter, Kepha Aleph 5:8-11, it says, "Be sober, watch, because your adversary, Hasatan, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion." Now, this time when it says like, This dude is imitating. He ain't no lion. Because if we resist him, he'll flee. But he gotta put that fear out there. You know, you know, he like the little skinny dude with the mask on, you know, startling you. His power is in that you believe that he has the power to do something to you. But yet, if you are walking in disobedience and if you're walking in guilt, guess what? You've agreed with him doing something to you. But he walks around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Resist him, firm in the belief, knowing that the same hardship are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. Come on. All the stuff that's going on is not just experienced by you. Teshuvah. But anyway, and Elohim of all favor, who called you to his everlasting esteem by Mashiach, Messiah, Yahusha, after you have suffered a while, himself, who? Yahuwah himself, perfect, established, strengthen, and settle you. Many will say that it's Yahusha doing it. Okay, Yahusha is doing it through the strength and the power of the Father, Yahuwah. Yahusha does nothing without the Father's power being behind him and giving him authority or direction to do so. So again, right here, some people will say this to Yahuwah be the esteem and might forever. Not to Yahusha. To Yahuwah. See, that English can have you tricked up a little bit. But it's the Father, Elohim, of all favor. You see, of all favor, not just a little. He ain't sharing it. It's all favor. To him be the esteem and might forever and ever. So be it. Let's finish this up. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Because again, we read so fast. We're gonna go over to Hazon or Revelation 5. And it says, I saw in the right hand of him. Who was him? You tell me. Who sat on the throne. The sovereign is sitting on the throne. Who is that? A scroll written inside and on the back, having been sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong messenger proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the scroll and to loosen its seal? Of course, him who sat on the throne could, but he got somebody else to do it. And no one in heaven and on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it. Again, remember who had it? Him who sat on the throne. And I wept much because no one was found worthy to open and read the scroll or to look at it. And one of the elders said to me, do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Yehudah, the root of David, overcame to open the scroll and to loosen its 7 seals. And I looked and saw in the midst of the throne. So remember, somebody's on that throne. And of the 4 living creatures, and in the midst of the elders, a lamb standing. Remember, him was sitting on the throne, but now you see this lamb standing. Lamb, that's a lion, but and having been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are 7 ruachs or spirits of Elohim. Spirits of who? Of Elohim. Who's on the throne? Elohim. Yahuwah is the one on this throne. And the one standing, Lamb. All right. Which are 7 spirits or ruachs of Elohim sent out into the earth. And he came and took the scroll out of my right hand, out of the right hand of him sitting on the throne. So it's a difference. It's not the same. There's people out here teaching that they the one and the same. But you got the one sitting on the throne, and then the one that's standing in front, and then it's like now he come get the scroll from the one sitting. All of this right here is it should put imagery in your head. And when he took the scroll, the four living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. So now the Lamb has the scroll. He took it. Who did he take it from? Him who is on the throne, Elohim, Yahuwah. So he took it. Now he got it. 24 elders fell down. Where are these elders? 12 tribes. 12 times 2. So that would be 2 leaders, 2 witnesses from each tribe. Do the math. Anyway, each holding a harp and golden bowls filled with incense, which are the prayers of the set apart ones. Set apart ones. Who is supposed to be set apart? The royal priest, Israel, which are the prayers of the set apart ones. And they sang a renewed song, saying, "You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain and have redeemed us to Elohim by your blood out of every tribe and tongue and people and nation, and made us sovereigns." Did he make us kings? No, sovereigns. Royal priests are sovereigns. Royal priests, sovereigns and priests to our Elohim. Royal, sovereign mean royal, and priests, royal priests. But anyway, Exodus 19:5 and 6. Exodus 19:5 and 6. Anyway, and made us sovereigns and priests to our Elohim, and we shall reign upon earth. We're going to be his proxies, his representatives on earth, just like Adam, the first Adam. Anyway, and I looked and I heard the voice of many messengers around the throne, and the living creatures and the elders. Around whose thrones? This again, it's Yahuwah's throne. And the number of them was myriads and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb, having been slain, to receive power." To receive power. He didn't already have power. He received power and riches and wisdom and strength and respect and esteem and favor. He received. He's not the gift. He's not the source of it. It didn't start with him. He's not the beginning of it, but he received it. That's going to make some people mad, because some people want to call him the Alpha, and it don't start with him. Everything didn't start with him. Everything started with Yahuwah. But anyway, we'll keep going. And every creature which is in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, I heard saying, to him sitting on the throne, and to the Lamb. Remember, the Lamb was standing. He got the, so to him sitting on the throne and to the Lamb be favor and respect and esteem and might forever and ever. So you have the mighty, almighty, giving power to his high priest, to his Lamb, to the Mashiach. So yes, he gets respect and esteem forever. But all praise belongs to Yahuwah. Yada, Yahuwah. And the 4 living creatures said, so be it. And the 24 elders fell down and bowed down before him who lives forever and ever. Who lives forever and ever? Yahuwah. You know, you keep seeing how they use him for both of them and stuff like that, so they ain't clarifying or whatever. You know, it's a lot of wordplay. The English language is a trick bag. But you see, it's a difference. You have one who has all power and one who receives power. He can't receive it all because if he can receive it all, that means he ain't got none. Or if he gives up all his authority, that means he's greater than him. No, the Most High stays the Most High. There's none above. He's up there. He's not sharing his esteem. Far as making someone equal, he's sharing far as, oh yeah, my son. Many people should be able to get that. Yes, you share my home. I share with my son. I share with my wife. Share, but I am the top person here under Yahuwah. Man, that egalitarian mess is some that's from the pit of hell. That's what I call it. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. That egalitarian stuff is order. There's rank and file. You have Yahuwah. Adam is right there. And see, I'm not dealing with the first Adam. I'm dealing with Adam being Yahusha. Meaning I don't want to call it Adam, man, the representative of earth, the one who was given dominion over the earth. That is a title. The one that's, oh, you see, the throne comes out of the Shamayim and resides here on earth. That whole fulfilling of Genesis is right there being taken care of. He created a man to have dominion of this ram, his representative and proxy. That man didn't finish the work, so he had to finish it because Yah's word don't come back void. And over, lion. Do you fear the lion? If you in sin, you should. You got guilt, you should, but you turn your face to him. Then you can be amongst him, lying with him. That the roar will be used for those that are prey. All these other nations that have been doing so much towards us will become prey. They will either assimilate or become prey. Abba Yahuwah, Abba Yah, Ab. I thank you for this Shabbat. I thank you for this opportunity that you have shown me to put that lion in me. I don't need to put no false warnings out there, but right now, there's a need for warnings because people are not waking up. They're being triggered by things that are part of the process of your prophecy being fulfilled. Let them come to clarity and see that if they walk in obedience to you, that they turn to Shuvah and turn to your Torah, they will not lack in food, finance, or whatever is necessary for your kingdom will to be done in them, in their home, in their family. It's all about the kingdom. Yes, they're going to be lacking this earth, but I'm talking about lack towards the will of the Father being done. If you're focused and you're working in that, you're nearly unstoppable. If you're doing his will and purpose, if you're on the assignment that he's given to you, who can impede you other than you? We can impede ourselves if we operate outside of covenant. We open the door over and over. When Balak and Balaam, they was curse these people, and all he could do was just show favor towards them and show nothing but promise towards them. And he had to basically let them know, let it be known, they could curse themselves. If they turn on Yah, they do things that's outside his covenant, then they can be touched. That's the only way they can be touched. We don't get it. And I thank you, Yah, that some of us starting to get it, but maybe the whole body has to see all of this turmoil in the earth to say, okay, it's time to cry out and call on Yah. When you seek his face diligently, you will find him and his salvation, his deliverance, and walk into that deliverance. Walk into that kingdom and his dominion. Shabbat Shalom, Yada Yahuwah, Shanquil Yah, One Vision Ministry, Shanquilla Carter, Echad Chazin Sheriff.